Shalom Akim, Yaba Shemel Shai Baraktham, Basham Kwakwadash, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Stone who rule well, as well as the Akim doing the work of Yaba Shemel Shai with all focus and diligence of mind. As you can see now, this situation with the nominee for the U.S. Supreme Court, Mr. Kavanaugh, and Blasey Ford, talking about the possible or whatever happened between them, the sexual assault, man. Just let you know, man, Esau's society is falling apart, man. There's always confusion everywhere, man. Everything is just messed up, all right? Because you have the contention between the law of Yahweh Shema Shai and Esau's laws, man. Esau's laws are not designed to go along with the law of Yahweh Shema Shai. So here's a woman complaining about sexual assault, and it's not the only case, man. This America's legal system is jacked up, it's messed up, so as you can see, man, it's no joke, man, when you see the Mosai destroying Babylon, man, because all these strongholds, man, that Esau has put up, the Mosai is tearing it down. The skirts of Babylon have been lifted up, all right? So I don't really have that many precepts to bring along, but just let you know, man, the laws of Yahweh Shema Shai, in Esau society, it's gonna be hard for you to keep it, man. There's so many jakes that have gone to jail for having relations with so-called minors, young girls that pass the flower of their age, they've gone through puberty, and then you hear of older adults, they're having relations with teenagers, so not just male, but also female, man. You have people being put on blast. You hear about a female high school teacher having sexual relations with a teenagers, 14, 13-year-old boys, 16, 15-year-old girls having relation with a male teacher. So just let you know, man, in the ancient world, things like that wouldn't be a big issue as long as the laws of Yahweh Shema Shai are followed. But nowadays, man, you can't keep the laws perfectly, man. All you can do is just, do to the best of your ability and have a better understanding, because it's the understanding of the law that's very, very important. You won't get a chance to keep the laws, but at least you have a greater understanding. You have a proper way of navigating through this maze of confusion that Esau has put up. So that's why the men of the Lord are out there to let people know that Esau's society wasn't meant for the righteous. It was meant for the crooked in heart. It was meant for evil. And you have all kinds of evil deeds being legitimized by Esau's legal system, his judicial system. And then the men of the Lord are just like, God damn, this is fucked up, man. Your spirit is angry, your flesh, is all trying to take over your spirit. And then you have that constant battle, man. The constant battle between the flesh and the spirit. Alright, so I'm just going to title this video, the contention between the Lord's law and Edom's law. Because that contention, man, is no joke, man. Folks are just, messed up. I'm like, goddamn, how you gonna live in a society when there's so much confusion? You can't walk the straight and narrow without offending people. You can't walk down the street, in certain places without being harassed by cops, asking you for identification, and then if you don't have nothing on you, they're gonna throw you in handcuffs, throw you in back of the seat of their car, take you in for questioning and fingerprinting and all that stuff, and then you have a record, you know. So it just lets you know how messed up, Babylon is, man. Esau society, it's, to frustrate the righteous, it's based on oppression. So I'll play the video and I bring out some precepts.
Chairman Grassley and Ranking Member Feinstein, members of the committee. My name is Christine Blasey Ford. I am a professor of psychology at Palo Alto University and a research psychologist at the Stanford University School of Medicine. I won't detail my educational background since it has already been summarized. I have been married to Russell Ford since 2002, and we have 2 children. I am here today not because I want to be. I am terrified. I am here because I believe it is my civic duty to tell you what happened to me while Brett Kavanaugh and I were in high school. I have described the events publicly before. I summarized them in my letter to Ranking Member Feinstein and again in a letter to Chairman Grassley. I understand and appreciate the importance of your hearing from me directly about what happened to me and the impact that it has had on.
Yeah, so this Edomite woman, man, she just go up there, she claims to be a victim, the so-called Mr. Kavanaugh, man, is like he didn't do shit. That he has no recollection of whatever happened. That's basically false allegations. But hey, they're both Edomites, man. The destruction of Edom is imminent, man. Whether the allegations are true or not, the Mosai is destroying the nation of Edom. They're getting exposed, man. And lets you know that if it's a so-called Jake that had made contact with this woman, man, should have gone to the cops directly. She wouldn't have kept her silence. Would have been so quick, man. Esau come down with his wrath upon Jake. So these Edomites, man, they hold on to things and then all of a sudden when it's convenient for them, they let it out. But if it was a Jake that had committed such an act, that Jake would have thrown under the jail for life, man. So it's just messed up, man. How the society is going. That's the way the Most High has ordained it. And then all these folks like to claim that they are victims of violence, victims of sexual assaults. They're just playing into the hands of the elites. The elites are going to spin the narrative in such a way that they're going to have more control.
On my life and on my family. I grew up in the suburbs of Washington, D.C. I attended the Holton Arms School in Bethesda, Maryland from 1978 to 1984. Holton Arms is an all-girls school that opened in 1901. During my time at the school, girls at Holton Arms frequently met and became friendly with boys from all boys schools in the area, including the Landon School.
Yeah, so this suburbs of DC, man, especially that Bethesda area, man, that's where the elites, man, have nice houses, man. I could pull up the map and just show you the area of that Bethesda. Yeah, Bethesda, man, that's the money area right there, man. That is where you have good money, good old money. That's the country club, the Columbia Country Club is in that area. Cause when I used to do that Uber hustle, man, that that place is money, man. The country club is good old money. See nothing but Edomites having a nice time. Edomites, man, they've got money. Folks that live in that Bethesda area, they've got money. So just bear with me, let me adjust the screen back, man. So just let you know that you can't, be of a poor economic status and live in that area. It's gonna be so strange for Jake to find himself living there, man. So let me pull up the map real quick. So that's a map of that's Maryland. So you have the NIH, you have the dividing line for DC, Maryland over there. So all that area there, man, that you're seeing is Edomites, man. Edomites run that place, man. It's an expensive neighborhood, man. Expensive area. All the way from Georgetown into Bethesda, Wisconsin Avenue, NIH, you know, Kensington, Maryland, Forest Land, you know, whatever, man. Even Silver Spring, man. Montgomery County, that's exactly where the Bethesda is. Bethesda's in Montgomery County. And it's strange, man, to hear how the story went down, but hey, it is the power of Yahweh Shemi Shai. He pulls the strings in whatever way he deems he's got to go. Alright? So I'll shrink the screen back, man. And just close the map and I play the video.
Georgetown Prep, Gonzaga High School, as well as our country clubs and other places where kids and families socialized. This is how I met Brett Kavanaugh, the boy who sexually assaulted me. During my freshman and sophomore school years, when I was 14 and 15 years old, my group of friends intersected with Brett and his friends for a short period of time. I had been...
Alright, so she already passed the flower of her age, man. She already passed puberty. So you just understand, man, whatever the Lord's gonna let happen is gonna let happen, man. Most of my delay puberty, He might make it come quick for these women, as well as this young men, teenagers. Hey, the Most High pulls the strings, man. But according to ancient law, man, once the time of puberty has come and is past, all these folks are ready, to be tapped. You know, when I mean tapped, I mean sexual contact. In the right way, all right, in the righteous way. Because if it was something of out, sodomy, that would be wrong. But hey, if it was a righteous contact, it was righteous contact. But at least you gotta follow up with a damsel's father.
Friendly with a classmate of Brett's for a short time during my freshman and sophomore year. And it was through that connection that I attended a number of parties that Brett also attended. We did not know each other well, but I knew him and he knew me. In the summer of 1982, like most summers, I spent most every day at the Columbia Country Club in Chevy Chase, Maryland, swimming and practicing diving. One evening that summer, after a day of diving at the club, I attended a small gathering at a house in the Bethesda area. There were 4 boys I remember specifically being at the house: Brett Kavanaugh, Mark Judge, a boy named PJ, and one other boy whose name I cannot recall. I also remember my friend Leland attending. I do not remember all of the details of how that gathering came together, but like many that summer, it was almost surely a spur-of-the-moment gathering. I truly wish I could be more helpful with more detailed answers to all of the questions that have and will be asked about how I got to the party and where it took place and so forth. I don't have all the answers.
Yep, so only Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai has all the answers, exactly what happened, man. Because, if I continue to play the video, man, it's just going to bore you out, man. But you know how it is, man. So these Edomites, they get together, have a party, they get all liquored up. Everything is like, clicking, and then the music is playing loud. Nothing much has changed. You still have to do drugs. You're not going to get the whole detail of what happened at the party, who was smoking weed and all that stuff. But the elites are just going to put this out there, man, to divert the people's attention from greater issues. All right, so I'm just going to play, I'm just going to get the scriptures, man, because it's annoying. You try to do your best to serve the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai, but your flesh will always get in the way. All right, but don't let that condemn you. You can't condemn yourself. You just got to hope and pray that the Lord gives you grace to move forward in the righteous direction. So this is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 8. It says, "Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. All right. So all these tales of he did this, she didn't do that, nothing happened. Hey, folks just wanted to be over it because folks got other things to take care of. It's just the distractions, just making people all pissed off. You know, but at the end of the day, man, only the elect to get the best understanding out of all this chaos that's going on, man. Because folks are tired of all these scandals and controversies. But for the sake of prophecy, it's got to take place, man. Folks lose their patience. You know, it just rush to judgment, rush to conclusions, which are unnecessary. But at the end of the day, man, it doesn't really change the direction of prophecy of Babylon. You know, but the elect, we just have to bear it out. And then it's gonna be beautiful to see how all these Edomites get judged, man. They accuse themselves of all kinds of atrocities. The ones that say they're innocent, the one that says they're guilty. The Mosai don't care, man. The Mosai is taking these Edomites out, man. He's already pushing them in the direction of destruction. There's drugs, there's suicides, or there's depression, murder, whatever it is, man. The Mosai is just pushing these Edomites, man. They can't take adversity. They can't take it. So I'm going to get another precept here. This is Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. All right, it says, woe to them that call evil good and good evil. All right, so the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahshua are righteous, man. Because when a young man finds it, or when a man finds a damsel and makes contact with her and takes it, and the damsel is not betrothed, hey, he's got to follow up the right way. But in this day and age of Esau's rulership, that cannot be done. That's automatic express, express express journey to jail, man, to prison. All right, because Esau is trying to maintain control over the people, so his laws got to maintain how people interact with each other. That's his power. All right, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that puts bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. All right, so all these laws that Esau is passing to say it's okay to practice bestiality, pedophilia, sodomy, witchcraft. Those are against the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And then when he makes a war doing the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai evil, then you have a problem. So the contention between the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and the laws of Esau is real, man. The spirit of righteousness versus the spirit of error. That contention, it's real. Light versus darkness. So the Mosai is gonna let this place fall apart, man, because there's a time when the light, the spirit of righteousness is gonna overpower the spirit of darkness. So Esau is gonna lose power, man. It's inevitable. It's got to happen. All right. So I'm just gonna go back to the law when it talks about contact between a male and a female. All right. Sexual contact. What people will call a sexual assault. All right. Today, so this is Deuteronomy chapter 22, and then look at verse 28. It says, if a man find a damsel that is a virgin, all right, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. All right, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy when folks. That's the reason why folks can't be drinking unnecessarily, man. You drink in moderation, so that way you don't lose your bearings. And now, Mr. Calvin was saying, well, shit didn't happen. Do that. The other guy that she said he was there. We don't know when that guy is gonna come forward and say this happened, or if the guy is still alive or not. Who knows, man? But whatever it is, it's all messed up. So it's dangerous times we're living in, man. Any accusation could be brought against you. Whether that's from your high school days, your elementary school years. Anything could be sketched up and thrown out there. And just imagine when all hell breaks loose against the men of the Lord, when the elites want to get the men of GMS, all kinds of things are going to be put out there, man. Everything, nothing is off limits, man. With the enemies of the Lord, man, they're going to come after the men of the Lord hard, you know, do everything to drag you through the mud, and then the Lord, the Abba Shimei Shai, will turn the whole thing in a different direction, and then the enemies of the Lord will be put to shame, because the Most High has shown times without number how He delivered His elect during the times of temptation, during the times of adversity. All right, so when you have a young woman that is not promised to a man for marriage, and she still has her virginity intact, whatever man gets to her first and takes care of business, he's got to take her, you know, as a wife. But in this case, the thing didn't go down, but that was just the first stage. So you can imagine that so-called trauma that she's carrying with her. It's heavy, But if they have a better understanding of the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shimei Shai, that can be easily fixed. But as a psychologist that doesn't want to go down with the word of Yahweh Shimei Shai, they're gonna hold on to that adversity, man. They're gonna hold on to that trauma. All right, so it's tough, to live a righteous lifestyle here in Babylon, but at the same time, the society's laws make it difficult for you to move around, to live proper. You know, you can't really keep the Shabbat when you gotta be on the plantation. You know, the food you're eating is contaminated. It's mandatory that you get your children vaccinated, enrolled in the public school system or private school, whatever. You know, you gotta destroy the environment just because you gotta be on the plantation, by driving around a vehicle that creates all these toxic fumes. So it lets you know, man, it's hard. You gotta pay into a system, a public transportation system that destroy the environment. So just imagine, man, how much madness you gotta deal with. The scripture talks about you can't be over righteous, otherwise you're gonna destroy yourself. Right? So you just gotta understand you're in captivity. You can't really keep all the laws. Just understand that you're at the mercy of Yahweh Shimei Shai. All you're capable of doing or experiencing is the better understanding of the laws. That's as good as it could get. But when you're in the kingdom, you're able to keep the laws perfectly, and then you have a better understanding, right? So you shouldn't knock yourself over the head or be bitter and angry all the time. It's just the Most High taking you through that narrow path. You're shackled, all right. So get another precept here. This is the book of Corinthians, First Corinthians. You look at chapter 10, and then you move to verse 23. It says, all things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not. Alright, so you can't keep the laws of Yabashim Ashai 100%. All you can do is just, you know, pray that the grace of Yabashim Ashai be with you. The laws that you can keep, you keep. You know, you can't keep the Shabbat all the time without having without having conflicts. There's always going to be conflicts, all right? So you shouldn't, lose your marbles, man. Just pray that Yahweh Shema Shai, have mercy on you, because there's so many laws we're breaking daily that you do not you do not recall, you do not remember, so it's messed up, man. You don't know what these other people have put in the food, So all these doctrines that Esau has put out there, man, is gonna cause you to be angry. Boy, as a man of the Lord, as a prophet, you gotta be spiritual, because this journey is a spiritual journey. It's not a journey of the flesh. So you gotta pray that Yahweh Shema Shai keeps you in the spirit, so that way you do not fulfill the lust of the flesh. All right. So that's about all I gotta bring up, man, because it's no joke, man. There's so many things going on with this so-called hearing we have on Capitol Hill. All right.
And I don't
All right. I just play a few more
remember
seconds.
as much as I would like to. But the details about that night that bring me here today are the ones I will never forget. They have been.
Yep. So they've been burned into our mind. So it's messed up, man. You're not gonna have other women come forward and say they had to do sexual favors to move up the chain. You're not gonna have that put on CNN or CBS. A lot of women out there in the corporate world are not gonna talk about the dirt that they did, to move up the chain. They're not gonna expose all the evil and wicked shit that they did. All they gotta do is play the victim card. You're the victim of death, victim of harassment. It's all the so-called plan of the Me Too movement. It's all about being the victim. So it's all messed up, man. It's a world of confusion, a whole big ball of confusion. So Akim just gotta be careful, man, how you relate with these people. These Edomites could touch you physically, but you can't really touch them. It's weird, man. So you just gotta be spiritual, man. People will touch you without your permission, and then what can you do, man? You just gotta keep it moving, man. Just pray that Yahweh Shema Shai keep you sane, because you can't be carnal in this world and age, man. You gotta be spiritual 100%. So I'll say Ka Halal Yahweh Shema Shai Ba'Shem Kwakadash. Remember, I came, man, the contention between the spirit of righteousness and the spirit of error is heavy in Babylon, man. You gotta pray that Yahweh Shema Shai keep you in his good graces, man, because we're going into some dark times. It's gonna be rough, but end of the day, man, you're gonna prevail. In the name of Yahweh Shema Shai, Ba'Shem Kwakadash, Shalom.